Before we start the final part of this opponent preview series, if you're watching this on YouTube, do me a favor, please like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button, and you'll know when a new video comes on from me. I'll be notified of that. It helps me out a lot. So like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to donate, again, this is completely up to you. I'll have descriptions to donate via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. This is totally up to you. If you want to do that, that's fine. It would help me out tremendously. So let's get started with the 12th and final part of this opponent preview series. This previews the 2025 Pitt Panthers, our opponent up in Pittsburgh on November 29th. The 2025 season is a pivotal moment for Pitt Panther football and Pat Narduzzi. Following an inconsistent 2024, they started 7-0, and then they just collapsed down the stretch, went 7-6. It aims to achieve greater stability and reestablish itself as a contender for the ACC championship. Now let's look at the key storylines for Pitt in 2025. Quarterback. It's going to be a quarterback competition between Eli Holstein, who was inconsistent last year, and a promising freshman they're very high on in Mason Hinshaw. I'm bad with names, so please forgive me if I butcher the name. This is per Coach Isasi. The team's success will hinge on the winner's development, whoever wins that competition. When you look at the defense on the edge, they're led by pass rushers Jimmy Scott with 6 sacks last year and Nick James, and that's supposed to be a major strength. They also have linebackers Kyle Lewis and Rasheem Biles, among the ACC's best, according to collegefootballnews.com, is back. When you look at the play on the offensive line, it gave up 43 sacks and 100 tackles for loss last year, and that remains a big concern. Now, they're looking to the portal and returning tackle Ryan Baer, B-A-E-R, for improvement in 2025. Now, let's look at the questions on the offense. While the defense appears solid, Pitt's offense enters 2025 with significant question marks. They must replace several outgoing starters on the offensive line and at the skill positions, making it crucial for younger players to step up quickly. That running back room is led by returning rusher Rodney Hammond Jr., and he'll be counted on to take the pressure off the new quarterback and stabilize the offense during those inevitable growing pains. Another area you want to watch here is on special teams. Where Pitt has historically excelled, but they're bringing in a new kicker and a new punter, and consistency in the kicking game could be a difference maker if games are close. So you want to keep an eye on that. The coaching continuity, despite the roster turnover, the steadiness of Pat Narduzzi's leadership, and the experience of his staff are expected to provide stability. Narduzzi's teams are known for their physical play and their defensive discipline, traits likely to define the Panthers' identity again this season. Finishing games, that was an issue down the stretch a year ago. 4 of their 6 losses occurred in spite of holding a lead or being tied in the fourth. Addressing those challenges late in the games will be essential if they want to be successful in 25. The key players coming into the season: Eli Holstein, as I mentioned earlier, sophomore quarterback. Desmond Reed, running back, recognized as an All-American, expected to play a prominent role in the Pitt Panthers offense when available. Kyle Lewis, an All-American linebacker, the leader of that Pitt defense. Nick James, a defensive tackle with OACC recognition, positioned to play a central role in the interior line. Ryan Baer, an offensive lineman, focused on enhancing the pass protection this year. They opened the 2025 season with consecutive home games against Duquesne and Central Michigan, followed by the backyard brawl on September 13th. The notable conference opponents coming in are Louisville, BC, FSU, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and us. That's their conference opponents, except for Notre Dame. The Panthers have to go on the road. Of course, they got the backyard brawl. They go to Doak. They go to Syracuse. They go to the West Coast this year for Stanford, and they get Georgia Tech. Now let's look at this from a Canes perspective. We know the matchup is going to be physical. It's a high-stakes showdown, especially for us, who we could be either 11-0 or 10-1 coming in my opinion. Hopefully there's no repeat last year up down the stretch, or being in the position as 2017 when we were 10-0 and number 2 in the country going up to Pitt. And they ruined our season. We weren't the same after that game, losing the ACC championship game against Clemson the following week and then the Orange Bowl Classic against Wisconsin. Canes have to go up there and take care of business against a very tough Pitt D. When I look at the predictions for the 2025 season for Pitt, it will demonstrate improvement from last year. At the lawn, forecast a 7-5 record and 3-5 within the ACC, ranking the Panthers 8th in their power rankings. Now, other projections are not so favorable. For example, ESPN's FPI estimates 5.9 wins, while College Football News suggests anywhere from 11-3 from 21 and 3-9 in 23. The team's success is expected to rely significantly on the progression at the quarterback position and enhancements along the offensive line, and the ability to secure victories in close contests. My projection for Pitt in 25 is going to split the difference between 21's 11-3 and 3-9 in 23. 7-5 will be the record in 2025. I want to take this time to thank you all for listening to this series, and I enjoyed doing it for the great Hurricane fans out there. Here's to another great season of Hurricanes football, and let's go Canes. Take care, and God bless you all.